Hello everyone, Lori from Holistic Sports and Injury Massage. I'm here with your second video of 4. Today we're going to focus on stretching the quads and the hamstrings. And I have a couple of props that might help out with some of the stretches. The first is a chair. Just a basic chair. We're going to use it for one quad stretch, so don't get over analytical about it. You can run over to the couch, a table, or whatnot. It's just to get balance and be able to really focus on the stretch. Second thing is blocks. These are really handy. I love having blocks in my practice to this day. If you don't have blocks, you can use firm pillows. The ones on my bed actually work just fine. It's just a little bit more cumbersome to have to move them around and things, but they totally work. And we want to focus on less of the folds and being able to square our hips. So this helps bring the earth closer to us and really helps out. And then the third thing is, just like last week, the towel or blanket that we can sit on that helps our hips roll forward and help us with the stretch. So with that said, let's get started. We're going to start standing and we're going to warm up the legs so that we can get better stretches in. It helps when you're warmed up. So go ahead and point your toes 45 degrees out and get a wide stance. You want wider than hip width. Go ahead and bend into your knees. Knees go right over your ankles, so make sure you're not collapsing in. That's really hard on your knees and on your inner thighs. And open your knees out to the side. You want to be able to see your big toe on either side. So then sink in as low as you can, pull your belly in, and then firmly root through your feet and come back up to stand. We'll do that again. Sink down, knees open wide. Press through your feet, and notice if you're feeling all the sensations the same on either side. Try to even out your sides as much as you can. And dip back down. Now drop your left shoulder towards your right knee and stay down into your knees. Back up to center. Right shoulder, left knee. Back to center, and once on either side. One more time. Center, left to right. And back up and push through. You should get a nice heat going on through there. Now separate even wider. We're just going to lunge from side to side. Your toes are still pointed out. And then bend into your left knee so it goes right over your shoulder, and your right leg straightens out. So you're getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Back to center and over to the right. Make sure your knee is still over your ankle and not collapsing in. Back to center. One more either side. And over to the right. Back to center. All right, walk your feet in. We're going to do chair pose. So your feet can be hip distance apart. If you really want them together, your big toes touch and there's a little space between your heels and the back. I like the stability of my legs hip width apart. Arms go up to the sky. Sit your booty back as if there was a chair behind you. So you don't want to bend into your knees and have them come forward. Your weight's actually back. So you're sitting back and you can actually wiggle your toes around so to check that your weight is sitting backwards. Pull your belly in nice and strong and sit in deeper. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little burn in here. Be really good for your stretches. And push into the floor, stand up. And release. We got a little heat going. We're going to use the chair right off the bat. So chair, table, couch, whatever works for you. It's just to hold on to so that we can concentrate on the stretch. Put all your weight into your left foot and reach for your right foot. You're going to reach for the top part of your foot, which opens up your chest and shoulder. Bring your knees together. Now, if you're out here, that's fine. We'll still align you. Draw your heel towards your butt. Knees come together. Now watch that you're not bowing out here, because then you're taking away from the stretch. So pull your belly in tight, hold on to whatever you're holding on to, and then pull really deep, starting at the pelvis, like you're stopping, like a kegel, like you're stopping the flow of urine. So hold in like you have to go to the bathroom, and then hold in even tighter, and you'll start to feel your lower abs kick in, and that opens up your stretch a little bit deeper. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Square straight forward to the chair or your prop, and root through your left foot so that you're grounding on all four corners of the foot. And release. We'll switch to the other way. All your weight goes into your right foot. Reach for the underneath of your foot so that it opens up your shoulder. Bring your knees together, belly strong. Bring your heel towards your butt, and then pull your pelvis and lower abs in. And you should really feel a stretch. It gets into your psoas, which we'll do more of later. And it's a large muscle that connects your upper and lower body. It's really great to stretch. From sitting all the time, it just gets really tight. A couple of deep breaths. And slowly release. I'm gonna just get this out of the way. Done with that. All right, so we're gonna use our blocks for the next couple of poses. So either put your pillows or blocks on either side of your feet above your mat or just in front of you. Arms come up. As you exhale, draw your belly in, helping you fold over towards the earth. Grab onto your blocks or pillows here. Separate your feet hip distance for some stability. Reach for opposite elbows and let the crown of your head just go right towards the earth. So you're hanging, you're really not holding on to anything here. Make sure your knees aren't locked, so there's a little bit of squishiness to them, just a slight bend. You can sway side to side if that feels good. And then reach for your blocks again. Place your left foot forward in between the blocks and your right foot back and pointed, your toes are pointed 45 degrees out. Now walk your left foot out so that your feet are on railroad tracks, so to speak. They're not in one line, so you have a nice space, gives you stability. We're in it for the stretch. We're not doing balancing right now, so. All right. Hands on either side of your blocks or pillows. Left hip draws back so that your hips are facing forward. If you need to walk your foot out even further to create that, please do. Reach for your blocks or pillows and inhale and find length, which is a straight back. Exhale, pull your belly in and try to reach over your left leg. Crown of your head down to the earth. Take deep breaths. It keeps applying here where you're inhaling and finding a straight back and you're exhaling and folding over your leg each time. Just stay present with your breath. And then slowly come back up and put all your weight into your left foot and step your right foot forward. And we're just switching. Left foot goes back, toes point out. Walk your left or your right foot out towards the side so you have a nice stability. Draw your right hip back. Watch that your knee has a little squishiness to it. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold right over to the right leg. Might feel it in completely different spots. Find the four corners of your feet. You've got the big ball, the ball mound of the foot. You got the big toe and the little toe. So you want to put pressure equally here. And then also on your heel equally. So notice and play around with that. If you press into the ball mound, do you feel the stretch in a different spot? I certainly do. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Then push yourself up. And we're going to just place our knees onto the ground. Separate the blocks for a moment. We're going to use them in just a minute. Warm up the spine again with our cat-cow. So come onto all fours, spread your fingers wide, curl your toes under if you want added support, or you can just place your toenails on the earth. Find that sweet spot so you're not getting into your wrists. And then inhale, let your belly drop, draw your heart forward. Exhale, belly starts the movement, curl into cat. Exhale, cow. Gaze up, but don't crank your head too far back. Curl into cat, hollow the belly. 2 more rounds on your own breath. Really practice the inhale, drops your belly, gaze goes high. Exhale, pull your belly in, curl up into cat. Grab onto your blocks or pillows here. Bring them to the top of your mat. Step your left foot forward, plant your foot onto the earth. Your right knee, you can pick up and just draw a slightly back until you get a really nice stretch here in the front thigh. Now, if you don't have blocks and the pillows aren't working for you, you can just grab onto your thigh here. You can even hold on to that chair that you had here. There's not really that many rules around it, except I want you to feel this in the front of your thigh and all the way through your psoas, which means you're gonna feel it more than just right here. It should come all the way up. All right, so you might need to walk your foot forward. You want your knee right over ankle. And then find yourself nice and straight. Pull your belly in, which will bring your hips aligned forward. And dip in. Inhale, same thing, find length. Exhale, dip in deeper with your hips. One more deep breath. Find your breath deep, deep, deep. And exhale, hollow out your belly on your exhale and you'll feel it even more intense right in front of your thigh. And then release and straighten out your left leg. Bring your heel forward. Now see how I'm leaning right now. My left hip wants to draw back. So how I do that is I draw my whole foot back and align my hips forward, and then I draw through my heel and bring that forward so I'm direct alignment over my leg. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward over your leg. If this is really bothering you and you do not have blocks, feel free to sit back onto your foot and you can do the same thing. It will kind of feel like another stretch we're gonna do, but if it's bothering you, I'd rather you not distracted and just getting the stretch in. And we're gonna go forward another time. So walk your blocks or pillows forward. And if you have pillows, you can put them the long way, so you don't even have to move them. You can just be moving, they're long enough to help you with the whole stretch. Knee over ankle. Now, if you want a little bit more, pick your right knee up, draw it back a little bit. Walk your left foot forward if need be. Hands can be here on your blocks, or you can be sitting. If you're sitting on this one, it would probably, actually, you probably won't sit on this one, so I might have fibbed a little bit. You can get creative though, it's for this front hip. Couple more breaths. Feel your belly inhaling and expanding, and exhaling, hollowing out. And then step into your front foot. Place your knee on the earth. Step your right foot forward. So we're just switching sides. Knee over ankle. Pick up your left knee, slide it back a little bit. A little more intense if you curl your toes under, because it makes it more of an active stretch here, or just leave your toenails on earth, whatever feels best for you in this moment. Could change tomorrow. Then inhale, find length. Exhale, let your hips sink down towards the earth. Feels so good after sitting in front of the computer for so long. Not used to doing so much of that. All right, and then we're gonna do our half splits. So come right over your knee in hip alignment. Stretch your right foot out. Again, see I'm a little torqued. I'm gonna turn and face my hips to the front, and then draw my heel towards the front of the room as well. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward. Push off and walk yourself back. Plant your foot on the ground, bend into your front knee. Pick your left knee up off the ground, slide it back a little bit if it feels okay. And then find length again. Here you can be on your thigh again. Really feel that opening, and then sink down. Your hips sink straight down towards the floor. Play again with all four corners of your foot. See where you can press in and see if that changes or adjusts the stretch at all. And slowly come out. You can just come to your knees. Place your blocks and pillows aside. We won't be needing them anymore. And then grab your blanket or towel if you'd like. Sit right on the edge of it so that it rolls your hips forward. Left foot onto the inside of your right thigh. Flex your feet. Bring your hands on either side of your leg. Inhale and find length. Exhale, pull your belly in and have it turn and face directly over your right leg and begin to walk your hands out. If you're here, that's totally fine. I'd want your alignment over how far down you go. You're gonna take your left hip crease and draw in so that it's nice and straight. And again, draw out of your heel. You want your foot to be in alignment, so if you're flexing and your toes are coming straight back, we want this stretch to come from our Achilles and bigger muscle groups than just our toes stretching out. So take your left hand, stay here, or take your left hand, reach for the outer edge of your foot. This just aligns you to go more towards the right and right over your thigh. Inhale, find length as always, straighten your back. Exhale, hinge forward. Feel the movement of your belly as you inhale and exhale. Let your head relax. Push into your right hand, pick yourself back up. And we'll do the other side. Right foot comes to the inner thigh of the left leg. Flex your feet. Watch that your toes are not doing all the work for you and that you're flexing here through the Achilles and the ankle. Either side of your leg, line them with your fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hollow out the belly, turns you to the left over your leg. Walk your hands out. Draw your left hip back as you push your heel out. Stay here, or right hand reaches across your body to the outside of your foot. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist and fold. Push into your left hand, come back to center. Release. And that's it. You just completed the second of the stretch series. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned till next week for session 3. Thank you. Aloha.